welcome to the fourth vlog in our series on scaling execution, how to get execution right at scale. Today we're going to be talking about the third discipline of getting execution right, which is about keeping a compelling scoreboard. Basically, if your team doesn't know the score, your team disengages. If you want a high-performance team, what you want is a team that feels like they're winning and has a major challenge ahead of them. That's the feeling you want to create, a winning team. And the way you create a winning team is you create clear targets that are stretch targets that are tough to achieve, but you engage your team every moment of every day on whether or not we're winning and what we need to do to fix that. And the best way to engage the team around that is firstly to have a compelling scoreboard. Now, a compelling scoreboard, just like if you think about any sport, should tell the team at a glance, are we winning or not, and what do we need to do about it? If you have a football team that is trailing by 2 points, well, basically they need to put 3 points on the scoreboard before the game closes. So the scoreboard should tell them in a glance, a couple of seconds, are we winning or not, and what do we do about it? So if you take a look on your screen right now, you'll see an example of a simple example in the airline industry. On your left-hand side, you see the target. If we've set a target for our operating team to make sure that 85% of all of our flights take off on time, the scoreboard tells you immediately, you can see by the color coding in red and the bar target versus actual, that we're under that target. We're not achieving the target. So the players on the field, these are your flight attendants, your check-in attendants, they look at the scoreboard, they know we're losing. So what do we have to do about this? Well, we have to up our game on-time performance. So that's what the left-hand side tells you. The right-hand side tells you what specifically we need to do to fix it. So the right-hand side are the three key lead indicators. So we as an operating team have said, these are the three things we need to get right to achieve our on-time performance. So the first is we need to turn around our aeroplanes in a short amount of time after they land. If it takes us a long time to get the aircraft ready after it lands, well, that means we take off late. So that's target number one at the top. The second thing we need to do is we need to close check-in X minutes, 35 minutes before we take off flight. If we don't close check-in, what happens is customers check in late, we can't get them on the flight in time, and we take off late. So that's the second lead indicator of taking off on time. And then the third is, well, our staff just have to be where they're meant to be on time. If everybody's on time, they can get their job done on time and we can take off on time. But if our staff always arrive at their station late, well, there's no way we're going to take off on time. So if we've defined those as the three most important lead indicators that tell us whether or not we're going to take off on time, well then, in this case, if you take a look as a player at the scoreboard, the right-hand side tells you where we're not on track. You can immediately see from the red color coding that where we're missing it as a team is that we're taking too long to get the aircraft ready after it lands. Our flight turnaround time performance is poor. So I know as a player on the field, whether I'm a check-in attendant, an aerostess, a pilot, I know we're not winning. Our on-time performance is behind, and I know why. Our flight turnaround performance is bad. So what do we need to do differently? We need to turn airplanes around faster after they land. That tells everybody on the field what the main focus needs to be. Keep all your performance the same, except this one thing. Turn the plane around faster. So that's a compelling scoreboard that enables your team at any point in time to take a look and see, are we winning? And if not, what do we do about it? And that's how you keep your team engaged moment by moment, day by day in the game of business. So that's the third key discipline of execution. For the fourth discipline, join us for the next video.